Tamron Hall's Instagram page. 248-539-9797. Follow us on Facebook, Stoney and Bill with Sarah Mornings. And if you are looking live right now on 97.1, the Tickets Facebook page, you will see us in all of our glory. And follow us on Twitter at Stoney and Bill, Stoney at Stoney16, Tony Ortiz at I Love Tamron 3, AJ Ortiz 3.
Ticket text. I got close-fisted by my old man a few times. I deserved every lick. Sometimes kids are just a-holes. I was one of them. Kids need a good smacking now again if they screw up. The last few decades of kids are a bunch of P-words. My dad spilled his pop on me in the movie theater when I was 12. I called him an effer totally by accident. He grabbed me by my hair, dragged me out of the theater into the car, and gave me a good 10 whacks and yelled. Then took me to go get some ice cream. Never said anything like that to him again. Never got into it with my pops, but I got fire put on my ass and do the same with my children when called for. My dad used to choke up my brother and I all the time when we got in trouble. I thought it was normal till my wife told me it was borderline abuse.
It is abuse.
Tired of these
abuse.
DB a-holes telling me I need to do to my kids what I teach them not to do to others. There's no violence in my family. And somebody said, yes, Stoney, you told that story about your dad on the air already.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you did or not.
I remember. Anyway.
Wasn't sure.
Yesterday, besides Michigan State naming their captains, Demetrius Cox, Riley Bulla, and Tyler O'Connor.
Demetrius Kion.
One of their assistant coaches, their recruiting coordinator, and a great guy, Curtis Blackwell, tweeted out a picture of some of the players on Michigan State with some Big Ten banners and a saying, those who have stayed are already champions. Now, you might remember Bo Schembechler's big mantra. Yeah. He told his team, those who stay will be champions. That was before his first season in 1969. So, obviously, Curtis Blackwell, Michigan State, poking the bear just a little bit.
Blatantly.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is blatant.
And you know what? I have no problem with it.
No, I think
it's pretty funny, actually.
I mean,
too. It's kind of cool for a rivalry. And
it's true.
Yes, it is true, unfortunately. But at 248-539-9797, I talked to some people yesterday when I was at the high school football game. And one was a Spartan fan who thought it was hysterical, but wishes we didn't do it.
I love that they did it. I think it's funny.
I do, too. And then there was one of my neighbors who's a Michigan fan who basically said, yeah, they've kicked their ass, but it's obvious by this, they're still obsessed with us, and they always will be.
That part is true, too. That part's true. It is true. If you're a Michigan State fan, clearly in the last 10 years, they're the dominant program.
Yep.
They are. They've won more. They've achieved more. They've had bigger wins all the way across the board. In the last 2 years, who's gotten more press?
Oh, Jim Harbaugh.
Yes, and Michigan.
Right. Well,
if I'm a Spartan fan, I would be bothered by that. I would have hurt feelings. I would be annoyed that Michigan gets all of this attention. We're the better team, but they're getting all the attention. Why wouldn't you be annoyed by that? Of course they would be.
Because you should understand it's because of Harbaugh. I mean, if they had a different coach...
Even before Harbaugh was there.
I know.
Michigan still gets more. I absolutely get it.
Because it's a bigger brand, and they're actually in this area of Detroit, they're more of the local teams. That's the way it is. Sorry, more people care about Michigan football than Michigan State football. That is a fact.
That is just true.
Okay, that is a fact.
Yeah.
However, this tweet and this picture, those who have stayed are already champions, was pretty damn
I love
funny.
That line. That is a great line.
All right, so if you're a Michigan State fan, are you happy your school did this, your football team? And if you're a Michigan fan, do you care? Are you upset? How should Michigan respond? I think, look, Jim Harbaugh has always done a lot of things on Twitter. Most of them, I think, have been reasonable. I think he went after Ohio State, Gene Smith a little bit. That was a little over the top. I don't think he should address it at all until after if they beat him.
I would think Michigan fans are not bothered by it. I mean, some are, of course, but I would think a lot aren't because, A, there's some truth to it, and it's good-natured. I mean, it really is.
I know.
You're always going to have fans that are going to be butthurt about everything.
Yeah,
about everything.
True. Mm-hmm.
And then you'll have people who get it, and they realize, it's a rivalry thing, and that's what you do. And when you can back it up, then you get to make those kind of jokes.
If you're basing it on a level of 1 to 10, I think Michigan State's butthurt and fascination and obsession with Michigan is higher than Michigan being offended at things that Michigan State might say or do.
Absolutely.
It's not even, I don't think it's close.
No, it's not. But then again, like you pointed out, it's not even close how Michigan State has dominated the
Right,
last
but
few
that
years.
but that almost takes a back seat
I know.
to their attention on Michigan.
Yes. I don't think Michigan should respond at all. It makes no sense. But you
But
never
if
know.
anyone does,
Harbaugh.
yeah.
He's a
That's the one.
responder.
Yeah.
He does not let things
Not gonna
just
let it go.
lay out
Now
there.
there's several pictures up here. It's not just one there's one of just the seniors. They're one of just kids from Michigan, and they all that's their motto now. Those who have stayed are already champions.
that is so good. It really is. That is a great line.
And what could the Wolverines
Nothing
come
to
back
say.
with?
It's true.
Yes.
What can you say? 248-539-9797. Are you bothered, or it's good-natured, or it's really what it is? It's good for the rivalry.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bottom line, that's what it is. On the ticket text, 97136 on your cell phone, Harbaugh is too smart to give D'Antonio, or D'Antoni, we get it, any ammunition to use, says Greg in Hazel Park. I'm not so sure about that. LOL, it's funny how Sparty has to bring Michigan into everything. Hashtag inferiority complex. Dan on the line.
Well, that
Although I
that
would
was what my
say-
friend said.
Although I would say that is them sort of baiting and also being secretly butthurt.
Agreed. No hurt feelings. The Spartans are winning. U of M can have the fanatics. MSU isn't out to win people. We prefer victories on the field. Hashtag go green. By the way, when's Hillary going to jail? Always poke the bear in good-hearted, fun sportsmanship. And then, yeah, keep them coming in. I'm so happy we did this as a Spartan. Win with class. Although someone would say this wasn't.
Right. That's kind of.
Let your victories do all the talking. They're not doing that. Also, do not call it poking the bear. We've kicked your ass. And as Brian Chapman pointed out earlier, Michigan State's the bear.
Well, the Michigan's still the bear because they get most of the publicity. They're the bigger program. They're older.
Success-wise,
they're
in the last 10
old
years.
grizzly bear.
Right. Success-wise in the last 10 years, though.
No, of
Michigan
course.
State's
Michigan
the bear.
State's, Michigan's the bitch.
Yeah. And then you guys are so unbelievably biased towards Michigan.
Okay.
You only hear what you want to hear, Stoney. You only hear.
Well, first of all, yes. Look,
The listeners only hear.
I root
they
for Michigan
focus on what they want
football
to hear.
more than Michigan State
we're the
football.
same.
I'm an a-hole because I don't hate Michigan State, according
yeah.
to people as well.
I didn't go to
All
either
right?
school.
Yeah, me neither. So yeah, and I might lean blue. Okay, but I don't think
No
there's anything.
kidding.
I don't think there's anything wrong with what Michigan State did.
I don't either. I like it.
But there are those who believe, Michigan fans who think this is another example of why Michigan State is always obsessed with us. And like I said, I met a very good guy, Michigan State fan. He says, do we really need to do this? Because things are so good right now. Why?
I
Just
love
lighthearted
it.
fun. My
And the,
That's what I
God.
time,
think
and
it
the
is.
timing is great. I love it. I think it's great for the rivalry. Bottom line, that's what it is.
Yes.
This is great. They're both going to be good this
Yeah.
year.
Right.
And this is great.
And for the record, I do not think, and somebody could correct me if I'm wrong, that Michigan, since Harbaugh's been there, has done anything that has been detrimental towards state. The worst thing that's happened in the years was when Hoke was coaching with Joe Bolden with the steak.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
The
State-gate.
at Spartan Stadium yet? That went over
That was
well.
not very
that Was
bright.
really, that was a brilliant
Yeah,
move.
that wasn't very bright.
No, it was stupid because then Brady Hoke had to apologize for
Right.
to Mark D'Antonio after he lost by 20 points.
Right.
right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, he's probably real proud of that kid. Ticket text 97136 on your cell phone. Same thing can be said about U of M being obsessed with Ohio State. Ohio. Oh, OSU spanks them regularly, and they talk like it's a rivalry. OSU loses 0 sleep over U of M, says Chris. That could change this year. I don't think Michigan's going to beat them.
Ohio State loses tons of sleep over Michigan. Not that
Yeah.
they're worried that they're going to lose,
It's their main rival.
but they have always been upset. Look, John Cooper lost his job for one reason. He couldn't beat Michigan.
2 out of 11
Yeah.
against Michigan.
So you talk about teams obsessed with rivals.
Oh, there's some great texts. We'll get to those next. There's some butt hurt going on.
Oh, is there?
And it's from the people who delivered the message.
Oh.
We'll get to those at 9:18.